Hey guys, MC Mura here. So today is a big day. Capcom just dropped the mid-season, I guess, balance patch for it's December 2nd. Balance patch for Street Fighter 6. It turned out to be a lot bigger than I expected. So many changes, too many characters. I'm gonna start first with Terry because he's a question mark in the game right now, and a lot of questions about his viability and all of that. Let's not waste any time and get started. Heavy Punch. This now got massively buffed and is an insanely toxic move. We knew that they're not gonna buff Terry's like mid-range wave punish and all of that, but they're gonna make his up-close pressure scarier. And notice this one on the bottom. This is now +1 on block. And this is a multi-hitting move that is very easy to hit confirm. Combos naturally into his medium kick charge. So that is an insane buff to Terry, right? The move is +1 now. It still doesn't leave him in like throw range, so there isn't like an immediate throw threat after. But it puts him at a distance where he's +1, he got a 6 frame medium, so he can immediately check you. He got a 5 frame light, so can immediately check you. And this puts a situation where maybe you try to walk back and he claps you with a crouching medium kick. You try to take back your turn, he walks back and we've punished you. Or straight out, Terry just wanna go for your drive gauge. Bam, bam. Leaves him at a 0 frame advantage and so much drive damage. Let's then give recover, right? Heavy punch, crouching medium into medium fireball. Bam, that is over an entire bar of your drive. Just gone like that. Huge change to Terry. This is really big. Now let's go over other changes. Crouching medium punch for Terry. This used to combo on a punch counter into his heavy shoulder, but this had an issue where if you weren't up close, it was prone to like not comboing and then you would die for it. Was really good at like punishing drive reversals, but because it wasn't consistent, sometimes I would just go for this route instead, which did less damage. But now there is less pushback on hit for the crouching medium punch, so even tip range this now works. Thank God, hallelujah, that's a good one. He also have a couple of other quality of life changes that actually matter a lot. When you do the power dunk target combo, there is a bigger screen shake now, so it is easier to identify. His sweep, this one was notoriously weak because it hit like, if you hit it later on, it would hit like upper body. It was still a low, but it hit upper body, so it would lose to moves like Zangief, Armored Heavy Punch, but now it beats it because they also changed the pushback on Crouching Medium Punch. They had to adjust his light tackle, and this is for the sake of combo consistency, because with Terry, like, you could get these loops, right? So if they change it crouching medium punch so that it doesn't push back as much, you wouldn't get the +4 on the tackle, but now this is adjusted, right? So you're still getting the +4. So all of that, just a couple of changes here and there, they're alright. They're alright. Now let's talk about the big buffs. Because Terry's fireball got buffed. His medium punch fireball, this now have less hurt box on frame 16-18. So this is right around when the fireball is coming out. So yeah, in that sort of situation, right? It's just as soon as the move is about to start. So should make it a little bit better in Fireball. This move is already like one of his main pokes, one of his main range pokes. So that is a good buff to him. Now they also buffed the heck out of this. So now when this gets blocked, take a look at how much drive damage this did. This does now like almost like 75% of your opponent drive gauge. And remember, Heavy Punch is now plus on block. So take a look at how much damage now this does to your opponent drive. Now, still not real. Like if the opponent is pressing a fast move, they're still gonna counter hit you. Still not a frame trap, but because this now is plus, they are less incentivized to interrupt. So now the mix-up at least is better. But still, at 29 frames, this is still susceptible to like perfect parries. But I think in like these situations where you cancel into it like randomly like that, that's actually really good damage to your opponent drive. And the move is massively plus. So like say that the opponent is not checking at all, you're still getting that's like over 2 bars of your opponent drive gauge. That's crazy. So yeah. They also buffed this move on hit. so that now it have 2 frames less recovery, and this open up new routes. Prior with Terry, after a heavy charge, heavy fireball, you would get like a medium burn knuckle, you would get an uppercut, maybe even get a level 2. But now, because there is less recovery, he actually get a medium shoulder here. This is a combo that didn't used to work, but now does. Prior, if you wanted like maximum damage with Terry, you would do something like this to get like an extra follow-up, but now you get this without having to use Drive Rush. So he is a reserved meter, and yeah, like level 2 will still work here if you want for it. So massive buffs to Terry. I also found an application for it where like you can use it like mid-screen. I need to combo to like level 2. Right. Geyser! Damn, that's pretty good. I think you can even get like an OD crack shoot here. Yeah, so a lot of changes to make this move a lot better. Now, I said that they are making Terry's up close pressure scarier, and crack shoots are a part of that as well, where they made all of them chip more at your opponent drive. The move wasn't terribly rewarding anyway, so Terry doing a little bit more chip, gaining more drive himself. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair trade, and yeah, they're trying to buff the functionality of it a little bit. Now, they also did change his medium punch, medium kick crack shoot specifically, so that now the move knocks down on a counter hit. But where this is really major is on regular hit, because now it's on regular hit it's +3, and this combo is from a standing heavy punch actually. Right, so it puts you +3, you're really close, so maybe you can go for like a shimmy situation. Broly Zangief is not the best character to demonstrate this against, but yeah, like you get now more plus frames. Again, on a counter hit it will knock down, but that is actually like pretty good. Right, now the other changes to Terry are a lot of consistency changes, like OD crack shoot now leaves him closer so that the follow-up is guaranteed. The same for burn knuckle, right? Because Terry, there were situations like he would do this and the power geyser wouldn't connect, but now they have adjusted the consistency of that. With all of that being said, is Terry gonna be like a lot better as a character? He's certainly a lot more Anga and a lot scarier, but I don't know if that will translate to like immediately being better, but he's definitely buffed. So let's now go over the balance changes for Bison, one of the main villains of the season, one of the characters that people expect nerfs to, and they did. His sweep, now this is -12 instead of -11. It's in general like easier to punish on block. Like even tip range, Ryu is still gonna sweep you back, so His jumping light kick now became a cross-up, and this is really weird. This is really weird. So I don't know like why, because Bison already had like a jumping medium kick that was actually really ambiguous as well. So I don't know why they went for this, but it's okay. So, like, it's one of these buffs that I don't know like what is the purpose of, but we're gonna take it. Back heavy kick. This got a major nerf. This used to take away. This used to chip an entire a half a bar of drive. Now it takes away like 30%. So this along with the next change, and that is to his OD Psycho Crusher, because OD Psycho Crusher used to ship an entire bar of drive from your opponent. Now it does half. So the move, the back knee, the back heavy kick, the knee does less, and the Psycho Crusher does less. So if you use like the entire sequence now, which is back heavy kick into the Psycho Crusher, it doesn't even do like an entire gauge of drive, right? Like they don't even lose a bar for this one, right? This used to take away like 1.5 of their drive gauge, but now it takes away lot less. So this is a really major change to Bison. This is really major actually. He was one of the best character at chipping away at your drive, but now he's doing a less job at it. And honestly, I expected them to make this unsafe on block, but I didn't expect them to chip at the drive, although it actually makes sense, as that's a good change. Now, they also changed his regular Psycho Crushers, the medium and heavies, so that he is building more gauge out of that. So now when you're doing a combo like that, Bison gets more drive, which is, I mean, that's okay. That's okay. Now they went after his damage, and they went after his damage hard because Bison got two major nerfs to his damage output. The first one is to his OD Psycho Crusher. Obviously this was like the enabler to many of his big combos. This used to do 2k, now it does 1600, and since this is a move that you typically use early in the combo, this is gonna nerf the overall damage a lot actually. So now in a combo like that, bam, he's still getting pretty good damage, but yeah, less than he used to prior. And certainly in like stray hit situations like that, yeah, they didn't attack the scaling, but yeah, still the damage output on that one is big. But it's not as big as a change to his OD Scissors, because this now have more scaling. And this one is very impactful, because this is the enabler to most of Bison's big damage and most of his regular combos. So anything he does now, like even this is now doing less damage. And certainly most of his big combos, like say that you got a heavy mine on, you could go and do like a delayed overhead into bam bam. This combo used to do like 4.5k or 4.4, I believe, maybe 4. Like it used to do like 44%. Now it's doing 37, so that is significantly less. He lost like 700 on this combo because of the nerf to the OD Scissors, which honestly I did not expect. I honestly did not expect them to go that route. And now they also changed his rise, so that now it's better at avoiding projectiles. Right now the initial descend gonna have like a hurt box that is invincible to projectiles, so it is a little bit better at that. Also made a bunch of changes to his Devil Reverse, so that now it's a little bit easier to interrupt. The hitbox isn't as massive, the hurt box is extended. When you got a Psycho Mine attached to the opponent, they are trying to make like the situation a little bit better for Bison, because prior there was like a lot of pushback, he had less recovery, but now it's a little bit better. I don't think this is gonna matter like that much. He was actually very prone to getting drive impacted here. I want to check this out. I actually want to test this because prior, if Bison did like a mine and then he went for this, it was like very free to getting drive impacted. So let's test this. This was pretty much like a guaranteed drive impact. So. I still get driving backwards. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Still, he gets drive impacted for free. Significantly nerfed. I think this changes. The fact that he does less, damage now. The fact that on block, like he's shimming at you less with many of his key moves, like the back heavy kick, which is his main plus on block move, and OD Psycho Crusher. So yeah, meaningful change to Bison.